Milling Through History presents Annie Edson Taylor. When we think of people who do crazy and unbelievable stunts, traditionally the individuals in question are men. However, women are also known for doing some of the most unbelievable stunts in the world. And in the case of one woman, she decided to go in, to steal a Star Trek phrase, where no woman had gone before. Annie Edson Taylor receives a rather unique note in history as being the very first woman to ever go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. Her story begins on October 24th, 1838, when she was born, and her life didn't exactly begin by becoming some wild and crazy stunt woman. Instead, she had an ambition to become a school teacher, and later in life wanted to become a dance instructor. She would go ahead and continue on her pursuit of educating other people by becoming a music teacher. But by the time of almost 1900, her life had taken a turn for the worse. Her husband had died, she had very little money, and was looking for a way in order to secure her own financial independence and security as she was getting older. Now, one of the big concerns that Annie had was that as she got older, there were fewer job opportunities open to her. And so, one of the things that she began doing was lying about her age, as she felt if people thought she was younger, then they would give her more job opportunities. According to the 1900 census, Annie claimed to be 42 years old. However, she was actually 62. Now, wanting to secure her financial security, Taylor announced that she was going to go over Niagara Falls in a barrel. In order to achieve this, Annie Taylor would create her own custom barrel, which would be made of both oak and iron, and the interior would be padded with a mattress. Now, one of the problems with coming up with this stunt is that many people thought the woman had gone mad and that she was actually attempting to commit suicide. So very few people had any intention of actually wanting to help her do this particular stunt. Now, in order to ensure that the barrel was actually safe, it was decided that a test run should be made by putting a cat inside the barrel and then sending it over Niagara Falls. Well, this experiment was done, and the cat was found alive and, minus a few little bumps and scratches, was in relatively good health. Seeing that the barrel could survive the fall, it was decided that Annie could go ahead and do this, although most people who came out to assist still thought she was insane and were convinced that this was still a suicide attempt. On October 24th, 1901, Annie got into the barrel and was sealed inside. It was pushed over the side and would travel its way into the Niagara Falls and over the side. Now, the actual trip itself of being put in the water and then to recovery was only 20 minutes. And upon opening the barrel, Annie was actually perfectly fine. She had one small gash on the head, but was otherwise in perfectly fine condition. When asked about the stunt, however, Annie had said, quote, "It was with my dying breath I would caution anyone against attempting the feat. I would sooner walk up to the mouth of a cannon knowing it was going to blow me to pieces than make another trip over the fall." Now, following this particular stunt, Annie would attempt to make money from it by writing a memoir of her life and her experience of going over the fall. However, while her book did prove to be, at least for a time period, a niche bestseller, her manager would steal both her money and her signature barrel. And this resulted in her having to spend what savings she did have in trying to track down him and the barrel. Thankfully, she found a barrel in Chicago and would hold on to it during her lifetime. But sadly, nobody knows where it is today, as it was later lost. In her final years, Annie tried multiple gimmicks to make money, including recreating the stunt for film, which no one has ever seen, doing the stunt a second time, but now older, standing by Niagara Falls with her barrel and taking photo ops with tourists, writing different novels and stories, working as a clairvoyant, and providing magnetic therapy to locals. Now, at the age of 82, Annie would pass away on April the 29th, 1921. But, ironically enough, even in death, she claimed to be younger than she really was by saying, before her own passing, she was only 57 years old. Annie Taylor is buried in the Stunter's Rest section of the Oakwood Cemetery located in Niagara Falls, New York. For more information, please consider these suggested titles. Be sure to click on the left-hand side of the screen to subscribe to our show, and on the right-hand side for our latest episode. And we will see you again for the next episode of Milling Through History.